everyone, Pratima here, and I have been daily driving the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra for more than 1 month now alongside the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And what I think about Samsung and Apple flagships in 2025 is that they are in this comfort zone where now they've started to look quite boring and lazy. The iPhone 16 Pro Max that was launched like 5 months ago just had 4 things to talk about. Number 1, chipset upgrade. Number 2, 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera. Number 3, new glass protection. And number 4, iOS 18. And in response, Samsung did the exact same thing with the S25 Ultra. They got the new Snapdragon chip, a 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera, increased the glass protection and introduced the new One UI 7, and that is about it. I guess Samsung and Apple's reluctance to innovate is primarily because they still dominate the majority of the flagship market across the world except for China. So as long as people are buying either Galaxy or iPhone, they really don't have to push and bring new stuff. But I believe in the last 2 years, Chinese brands like Vivo, Honor and Xiaomi are becoming more innovative, be it in the cameras or battery tech. In fact, the biggest myth of 2025 is that Samsung and Apple have the best cameras. Trust me, Chinese brands are way ahead in the game. Then why is everyone not buying Chinese phones? The answer is pretty simple: user experience and brand value. Here, Samsung's new One UI 7 is a game changer, which I am pretty sure no Chinese brands can match right now, except for OnePlus to some extent. This new One UI 7 is just so good, completely different and refreshing to what we got on previous Samsung UIs. I really like the new multitasking tray and this redesigned control center, which I know is heavily inspired by iOS. But since I am not an Apple fangirl, as many of you might think I am, I actually don't mind at all. I also like the Now Bar feature, with which I can quickly toggle from down here from the lock screen itself. The camera app is also easier to use, and the Good Lock app, it offers so much customization and functionality. Samsung has, however, become a bit naughty though by not providing the One UI 7 update yet to any other Samsung phones except for the S25 series. We are already heading to the end of February now, and yet there is no One UI 7 update on older Galaxy phones. There are even rumors that Samsung will only push the updates from April on older Samsung phones. And even on my S25 Ultra, I am yet to receive the January as well as February security patch. So far, I have not received any updates, not even one to improve the cameras or performance, and it still is running on the December security patch, which is just weird for a brand like Samsung. Anyway, Samsung is still ahead with the S25 Ultra in the AI game. You could say that it offers better features than the iPhone and the other Chinese brands. But it would have been awesome if some of the AI features like AI summary and AI grammar check would work on Gboard and Google Chrome as well. Right now, it only works on Samsung's keyboard and Samsung's browser. Another thing Samsung did super weird with the S25 Ultra is remove the battery and gyro sensor from the S Pen. So I cannot use the S Pen from the S25 Ultra to click photos or for using air gestures. Samsung says they removed the battery to decrease the weight of the phone, and also the data shows that not many people use it, but if you calculate the weight difference between the S24 Ultra's S Pen and the S25 Ultra's S Pen, it's barely like 1 or 2 grams difference. So it's more like cost savings for Samsung, in my opinion. So no surprise, the whole internet and all of the Note fans have hated this decision because the ability to use S Pen to click photos was just that one feature which was so cool. Okay, enough criticism. Now let's talk about the positive. And the first thing that I like about the S25 Ultra is the weight. Compared to the S24 Ultra, it is now like 15 grams lighter, and I can actually feel the difference here. Plus, with the rounded corners at all 4 edges, the hands-on feel is more mature now. It definitely has a better grip and handling. For someone with small hands like me, the S25 Ultra is still this huge boxy phone, and because of the sharp and flat frames, it is still somewhat uncomfortable during longer gaming sessions. Samsung has also upgraded the protection on the front and the back with the new Gorilla Glass Armor 2. Now, compared to last year, I did not find any difference in the reflection or scratch resistance, but if you check out other reviews, the S25 Ultra has survived drops onto concrete from as high as 2 meters. This might also partly be because the S25 Ultra has grade 5 titanium frames versus grade 2 we got on the S24 Ultra. The IP rating is sadly unchanged. It still has IP68 resistance against dust and water, so we still do not get more robust IP69 rating, which we get on almost every Chinese flagship phone right now. Anyway, I like the super thin bezels on the S24 Ultra's display, and because of this, Samsung is able to make the size of the screen slightly bigger from 6.8 inches to 6.9 inches without increasing the overall dimension. Other than that, this is practically the same display as last year with the same brightness, same resolution, same colors, and the same ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. Overall, the display on the S25 Ultra is still A+ despite minimal upgrades. It's great for content consumption, and the speaker is also a tiny bit better than what you get from Vivo or OnePlus. I was just hoping that the brightness would be slightly higher this time, since both the Pixel 9 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro get marginally brighter. The S25 Ultra only reaches 1400 nits of peak brightness versus 1800 nits on the iPhone 16 Pro and 2300 nits on the Pixel. And also, it's now time that Samsung goes for high PWM dimming. There is still screen flickering at low brightness on the S25 Ultra, which could be a problem for some. Okay, another thing that I like about the S25 Ultra is how fast it feels versus the S24 Ultra. It might be because of the One UI 7 optimization or the new, more powerful Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, but I am noticing much smoother animations and app opening now. Not only that, the gaming side of things is also much better than what we got with the S24 Ultra. The Snapdragon 8 Elite is roughly 30% faster than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and as you can see from this chart, I got better stability and much better temperature on the S25 Ultra in most of the games I tested. However, one major missed opportunity for Samsung is in the battery department, since we're still getting the same 5000 mAh battery here. Like Chinese brands, if Samsung had adopted silicon carbon batteries, they could have easily fitted a 6000 mAh battery here without adding any extra weight. But that's rumored to only be available on the S26 Ultra. So right now, in comparison, the S25 Ultra's battery life is very good. Like, it offers 8 hours of screen on time, but it's not as good as, say, the OnePlus 13, which offers 9 to 10 hours of backup. Another missed opportunity for Samsung is also in the camera department, since the only upgrade we get here is the ultra-wide camera. The main camera, the 3x, 5x, and even the selfie camera are the same as last year's S24 Ultra. So compared to the S24 Ultra, the S25 Ultra only brings like small quality of life improvements, like the contrast in the images looks better now and the output is more balanced. For example, check out this picture I took during sunset. It has slightly better dynamic range and pleasing warm aesthetics from the S25 Ultra. During nighttime too, I noticed slightly better color optimization and less noise from the S25 Ultra. The details when you zoom in look more natural from the S25 Ultra versus the slightly over-sharpened details of the S24 Ultra. Also, I don't know if it's because of the bigger camera rings, but the S25 Ultra is able to manage glares better this time around. Of course, with the updated ultra-wide-angle lens, you will now see better details when you zoom in from the S25 Ultra, both during daytime as well as low light conditions. The portraits are also slightly superior now. I found 3 improvements here. Number 1, it has a more consistent blur this time and the depth mapping is quite nice. Number 2, the S25 Ultra handles skin tones, highlights and contrast on the face better. And number 3, the S25 Ultra has better edge detection than the S24 Ultra. Even the selfie has got better optimization. The skin tones and highlight management are marginally better on the S25 Ultra versus the S24 Ultra. Samsung also seems to have worked on the videography side, as I can clearly see that the overall smoothness and stabilization are better now. The glare management is also better and there is less noise as well. The same thing is applicable with the ultra-wide videos. They are just more stable and have better quality, especially while shooting 4K 60fps videos during the night. On the other hand, I have to praise Samsung for redesigning their camera UI so well. It has become more simple and everything you would want is just right there. Plus, I like that Samsung has included features like AI audio eraser to enhance the audio, and there are a ton of pro features like log videos and smart filters where I can custom select the color or style of one picture and paste it on to another for a similar vibe. But still, I believe Samsung could have included a better camera sensor with the S25 Ultra. For example, instead of using the same old 10 megapixel 3x lens, Samsung should have gone for 200 megapixel ISOCELL HP9 sensor, which is made by Samsung themselves. This sensor is used by Vivo on their X200 Pro, and it captures amazing 3.7x and 6x portraits, much better than Samsung. You can also click some dope macro photos from this lens, whereas Samsung still uses the ultra-wide camera for macros. That is so old school. So overall, this year's S25 Ultra is only like 10 to 15% better than the S24 Ultra. We could actually say that it's just an iterative upgrade. So in my opinion, rather than getting the S25 Ultra right now, going with the S24 Ultra makes more sense. Because sooner or later, the S24 Ultra will get the One UI 7 update, and S25 Ultra's 15% improvement over the S24 Ultra will drop down to 10% because most of the software features are going to roll out to S24 Ultra too. And hopefully the camera optimizations as well. And not to forget, the S24 Ultra will receive massive price cuts during the Amazon sales. It's going to be more value for money that way. By the way, I'm also coming up with the camera comparison between the Vivo X200 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra in the coming days. So I hope you subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon because that video is going to be amazing. Saying this, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, done.